This video is brought to you by Miniature Market. Thousands of board games, discounted prices, miniaturemarket.com.
Hello my friends, it's the Game Boy Geek here. Hey, this past week at BGG Con, I had a chance to sit down with Bruno Cathala and try out some of his newer games that are coming out sometime next year. So in this video, I'm going to show you two of the games. I'm going to just show you some pictures of them and sort of describe to you how they work in general at a high level, and then I'll see you on the other side. Now, Colony is a game for 2 to 5 players. It's a drafting game where you're going to be building your own colony. Now, the prototype, the art, the components, all this is just prototype information. The name is actually even going to change too, because there's already a game named Colony from Bezier Games that's recently done. Now, in this game, there's going to be a drafting method. Each round, there's going to be a certain amount of cards put out, depending on the amount of players, and you're going to be either taking the first one for free when it's your turn, or paying or dropping each one of these currencies of red cubes, which are red ants, down on each one that you don't want. So the ones that nobody wants becomes, more likely to take by other people, as you can get free red ants for them. Now everyone's going to be building their own colony. You start with nothing, but card after card you'll be building your entire colony. And eventually you'll end up finishing your colony, and then you'll end up going through the final scoring, but there's many ways to do that. Like, you see all those red ants there, you can get points for putting a bunch of red ants, but those are the ones that help you get better cards. You might not want to get rid of them. You can look and have different multiple types of candy in the same tube. You can have the biggest amount of different black ants in your tube. You can have the biggest queen ant that goes to the most amount of cards. Many different ways to skin the cat. And then at the end of the game, you'll go through a score sheet type scoring, where you go through all those different scoring methods that I mentioned. And there's plenty of different ways to go. What will you focus on? What will you leave alone? And what will you try to, work not so hard to maybe get a few points here and there, but different ways to score, different strategies in a fun little game. Now on to another game. This is Black Sun. Again, name, artwork, anything can change, but this is a gamer style party game where there's no winner except there's only one loser. Everyone starts with 2 of these feathers, and through the courses of multiple rounds, people will be losing feathers, and when somebody loses their last feather, they lose and everyone else wins. Over the course of the game, it's played over multiple rounds, and on your turn, there's cards from 1 up to 19. The better cards are animals, the lesser cards are vegetables. On your turn, you're going to place a card in front of everybody. If it's a better card like an animal, it has to be placed face down. If not, you place it face up, and then you can take a special action. At the top there you see 2 cards. Those are special action cards that allow you to do different things like peek at other people's cards, rearrange cards, swap cards, maybe even get special amulets that give you special powers on other turns. And over the course of the game, this is going to continue for a specific amount of rounds, 3 times around. Once you have only 1 card left, that's the card that you're going to score with. And then everyone counts to 3. 1, 2, 3. If you think you have the highest card, you're going to raise your hands up. If you think you don't, you're going to cross your arms. If there's just one player that has their arms up and they have the highest, then everybody else will lose a feather. If they're not the highest, they'll lose a feather. But if more than one if there's only one player that does it and they're the best, then the lowest number goes out. So sometimes you're trying to figure out, do I have the highest? What should I do? Should I just try to hide the middle? I want to be low, but I don't want to be the lowest. And there's many ways to change the game. So these amulets I talked about, they give you special abilities. Like sometimes you can modify people's cards. Their numbers by positive or negative. Sometimes you can completely flip the game so that the high numbers are low and the low numbers are high. There's all different ways that you can manipulate the cards, and you're watching what people are playing, what special abilities have happened, and you're trying to gauge with the cards in your hand, do I think I'm going to make a run for it and be the highest? Or do I want to hide? But if I'm going to hide, I need to hide sort of in the middle, because again, sometimes the lowest card will be the one to lose the feather. So depending on what people play, depending on what people have in their hands, and depending on what you think they have or what you've seen they have, will change the outcome of the game. And you play multiple rounds. It's pretty quick, 20 minutes until the end. All right, well, there you have it. We looked at that party game and we looked at the ant game. And overall, actually the ant game Colony, which is going to be renamed anyways because there's already a game called Colony from Bezier Games that just came out. So it's going to be renamed. And as I mentioned, the artwork is not going to be final. The components weren't final, but this was the second time I played that Colony Ant game. I played it once at Gen Con, I played it again here. So I've actually played it twice now, and it hasn't changed a whole lot since Gen Con. And I've got to say, I like it a lot. It's quick, it's easy, but yet there's a lot to think about. You've got that drafting mechanism, you've got that currency of the red ants, and you're trying to decide when to spend them, when not to. You can place them on cards for points. You can keep the largest army, which does good things for you. So there's lots of back and forth there, good decisions to make. And then as you get the different cards, you're deciding which ways to put them on. Am I going to work on the queen's biggest thing? Am I working on the different candies? Am I working on the barracks guys? There's lots of different paths, different things to focus on, and you're drafting these different cards. So overall, it was a fun thing, but I'm looking forward to kind of playing it more and more and looking at the production when it finally does come out. Now the other game, the one about the sun and the offering, interesting concept. It's sort of a gamer party game type. We played it 3 times while we were there. And it's fun. It plays a lot of players. It's easy. It's light. You're trying to either go for it, be the only one having the highest, or you're trying to be in the middle because you don't really want to be the lowest either. And so it's interesting. It's fun. When the funnest part is really everyone goes like this, and then you raise your hands, and you get to see how many people have raised their hands and think they have the highest one, and that's fun. Plus you have those special abilities, which screw people up, add different points, subtract points to their cards, make it so that the lowest card is really the highest card. So there's interesting ways and things that you can do to make it fun. It's just a very light sort of gamer party game that does have some thinking, does have some strategy, but it is pretty light. But again, seeing what everyone's doing and trying to finagle, trying to figure out what people are doing. Do I want to go high? Do I want to go low? Do I think I have the highest card? Can I get the highest card with modifiers? Or do I want to lay low? And how low do I want to lay? I don't want to be the lowest because if it might hurt you in the end. So interesting thing there. I'll be looking to play that again. But those are 2 games to keep your eyes out for next year from Bruno Cathala.
This video was sponsored by Miniature Market's Review Corner. The Review Corner features podcasts, video, and written game reviews by gamers for gamers. Miniature Market, the online gaming superstore. Thousands of board games, discounted prices. Check them out at miniaturemarket.com. I'd like to thank each and every one of you for backing me on Kickstarter and making this season become a reality. I'd like to especially thank those here that have backed me at the credit level. Now, these video reviews are also available by audio on our podcast. It's the intros and the final thoughts on GameBoyGeek.com. Click podcast.